Well, that's it. The Supreme Court term for 2025 and 2026 is over. A total of 58 cases were argued before the Supreme Court this term on issues of economics, gun rights, immigration, election law, and presidential power. Today, on the final day of the term, Justices Alito and Gorsuch were not present as decisions were read. Of course, that sparked conversation. Will there be retirements among any of the Supreme Court justices? That's always a conversation on the last day of a Supreme Court term. So far, the answer is no. Today was actually the only day where we knew exactly what cases were going to come, because there were only 4 cases left. It started right as the clock struck 10 o'clock with the transgender youth in sports cases, the court ruling here and siding with a state ban on transgender youth participation in sports in dozens of states around the country. The next case had to do with campaign finance and how much money could be spent on campaigns by the parties themselves. The Supreme Court ruling it is against the First Amendment. It is unconstitutional for there to be any limits on how much, for example, the North Dakota Republican Party can spend on a North Dakota Senate candidate. And then there was the big one that everyone was waiting for. It was Trump v. Barber, the birthright citizenship case, whether or not President Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship should be constitutional. The court ruling today, it is unconstitutional as written in the executive order.